Hey guys, Chris back with you on CC's Aquatic Adventures, and today we're going to be headed over to Vance's house. Vance is on vacation, and whenever he goes on vacation, if I'm available, I will watch his fish for him. If I'm feeling good and I'm available, I will go over there and take care of his fish and his tanks. I make sure that the tanks are good and the fish are good. So that's why he likes me to go over there, because I know what I'm doing. But I'm going to go over there today, and we're also going to give you guys an update on the Frontossas, the Leporinas, the African cichlid, which is in that mixed tank, and the Red Devil. So they're all doing great. I was just over there yesterday or 2 days ago, and they look great. And the Frontossas look awesome, but you can tell that they're in a much better place, bigger space, which is better for them. Unfortunately, the Oscars I cannot do videos on. Because of a situation we had with the person that bought the tank and the fish. So we're not going to be able to film those guys, unfortunately. But there's some extenuating circumstances that we can't get into, and I'm not going to, be able to do any videos with those guys. But anyway, I know they're doing good. It's just an issue with the sump, and we won't get into the whole thing because it's not that big of a deal. But anyway. We will get into that. I will show you maybe a feeding video. We won't know. We got to do. We'll be there for about an hour or so because we got there's a bunch of tanks, bunch of fish to take care of. So, including saltwater and a saltwater cold tank, which is really cool. But we can show you that when we get over there. Like I said, the main thing is giving you guys an update of the fish that we gave him, that we had to rehome when we moved here, because I didn't have the space for the tank, which turns out I probably could have kept the tank. But if I kept that tank, I would have to get rid of 55, and I would have to move some fish around. So it actually worked out better because the Oscars, need to be in that tank, the 150 by themselves with those smaller fish. So that's a good thing for them. So it actually worked out better, but I'm picking up a 125 or 150. The guy's holding it for me. I just gotta get over there and pick it up. And once we do, we'll move the Baylor sharks. I want to move the Baylor sharks, the cichlids, probably the jaguars, even though they're small, but I could probably get away with putting them in there for now. And the silver dollars, and then that's pretty much it. The 55, I'm gonna swap those guys. So I will move, the cichlids and everybody. The bigger fish that get big are going to be going into 125 or 150, whatever I decide to get. And then I could maneuver the fish into 55 that are smaller and give them more space. So that's coming up this week. I'll make another video, but today we're just focusing on Vance's tank. And then I'm going to probably go up to Petco today, and I'm trying to get these fish acclimated. I have to get these videos in by May 31st for the contest. So, and I got the tanks. The tank is already cycled. I could put fish in there right now. I just want to find some good fish. I'll probably get like 5 or 6, minnows, maybe more. And I could acclimate them, into the cold water tank, because I have the temperature down at 68, so that about 68, 70 degrees down there. They can go in. I could acclimate them. And I may just take all the heaters out of there downstairs and just run a space heater and see how that goes. But anyway, once we move the jaguars and get those tanks empty, we'll be able to move some stuff around and play with the heat. I'm always experimenting here to see what I can get away with. And like I said, with the garage, we showed you guys what we did with the garage. We were able to make it work. I got that stuff from Home Depot, the sealant. I was able to get the temperature at a decent spot. When it's 90 degrees, it's kind of hard to keep the temperature or the heat from not coming in. It's almost like when the heat goes against that door, that the heat emanates from that door too. So it's hard to get that temperature down. But as long as we're in the 78 to 82 range, I'm good. I like keeping those tanks at 80. Every single one of those tanks in there is 80 degrees. And that's because I have cichlids and some fish that I like tropical. So as long as you're between 78 and 80, you're in good shape. But so, like I said, I'm always experimenting here, and we're gonna be doing some more videos here. Like I still want to do the pond. We want to do, like I said, we're gonna finish the pack a bowl contest with the white cloud minnows. I want to get a beta for the other project I have. So we got a lot of things rolling here. I'm busy man this week. And like I said, today we're gonna go up to Vance's to stay tuned. And the next segment here, the next part of the video will be I'll be at Vance's house, and I'll show you guys. I'll start with the big tank with the guys I gave him, and then we'll move on from there. And maybe I'll do a feeding video, but we don't want to show too much. It's not really my place, but he said I could film. We got a lot of views on the last video I made when I was over there. So we'll do another one because you guys obviously are interested in that. Now, obviously when I had the 150 and the bigger tanks, I was able to have bigger fish. So I'm hoping that once I get the bigger 150, I'll be able to make more videos. In the future, he's going to be getting a 750 gallon. If that does happen, I will be taking the 240 over here, and I'll be getting rid of some of the smaller tanks. So, I'll just run the 240 and the 125 in there. Maybe the 20 gallons and maybe the 20 gallons and the 40 and the 20. I could always run the 50. I could always run the 15 gallon downstairs, and obviously 55 and 75 are ones you want to keep because they're perfect size tank. So I probably had to finagle something. And like I said, we're still waiting to see what the electric bill is going to be. And once we figure that out, and we can move some stuff around and see what we can get away with. Anyway, as always, I always talk too much. The main point of this video is to go to Vance's. And like I said, I want to get those white cloud minnows, but if I have to wait, I can wait. Because we want to go to the pet store in either Lancaster, or there's one down here in Maryland, in Frederick, we can go to get plants and the fish. So we'll see. I would definitely film wherever I go. If I go to Petco today, I'll film that and show you guys what I get. All right, so stay tuned. We're headed to Vance's. See you in a little bit. Bye. And we're here. As you can see, 240, Frontossa's there, Leporinas, the Red Devil, the yellow African cichlid. Isn't it great? Like when I first came over here, I thought that when I came back over here after being not over here for a couple of weeks, I'm like, that fish is still alive. I'm like, what the hell? Not to be a joke around, but usually when I have a cichlid that is a troublemaker, and I know he can handle himself, we put him in a tank with bigger fish. I know he can handle himself. You can see there's no issues with him. He looks great. He's in there with the arowana, big pleco. There's a couple of flower ones there. You got a couple of gars. Obviously they want to eat, but we're gonna feed them in a second here. But yeah, that's where the Frontossas are. You can see they look great. There's no issues at all with them. And you can see they're doing great. The Leporinas actually looks really good too. But hey, it all worked out for the better. Unfortunately, we can't see the Oscars, but this is the next best thing. They're in a better place. I'm hoping to get this tank eventually and put it in my house, and then take those Frontossas back. But we'll see what happens in the future. But for right now, you can see they look great. I'm going to feed them. Here's some shrimp, some frozen shrimp. Throw a couple in there. The arowana will probably eat it. Let's see what they do. And the gars. So I get like 3 or 4 pieces over in there. jar got it. You see it. A couple pieces in there, they'll get it. The other one will get it eventually. See? But you know, in a situation like this, where you know when you want to feed them, when somebody's on vacation, I like to be very careful with how much food I put in there. But you know, for right now, good enough. Let them eat that. I'll put another one in there. Oh, that's all I'm going to put in there for now. Down here, you can see the turtles. I'm going to feed them real quick. Oops. Hold on a second, guys. There's a turtle down there. I don't know if you can see them, but we can give them some food. Put a little bit in there. Don't get too crazy. I'll put the lights on. You know, because I'll be here for a little bit, but I'll put the lights on for now. Obviously, with these guys, not all of them can fit the shrimp in their mouth. And usually, when I had the Frontossas last time, I was able to cut the shrimp up. But we're gonna throw some pellets in there too. Look at the Frontossa got a piece of the shrimp. You see him eating it, but but we'll put a little bit more in there, and I'm going to give him some of the small pellets. Now these fish haven't eaten in 2 days, so. We're going to get some small pellets too. Now I'm going to be here a little bit because I want to make sure these guys eat the food and it doesn't stay up there. That's my biggest fear is overfeeding and then having the food sitting there. So we'll let them eat that stuff, and we'll see what happens. Then these guys here, we gotta feed all the fish. So let them finish that food. You know, I want to make sure that they eat most of it. Now, like I said, I'll stay here until most of that food's gone, but the yellow guy sure, but he'll eat it. You can see. Yeah. Okay, so we got the turtles fed, we got this tank fed. Now, this is the saltwater tank. You can see I don't really have anything to set this camera up, so let me get this set. Right here. There you go. Yeah. That's a saltwater tank. We're going to feed them some brine shrimp. You said 2 of them, so we'll put 2 in there. We don't want to do that. No, he did tell me that the puffers weren't eating, so watch out for that. You can see he got a lionfish in here. Now let me see if I'll put a piece of shrimp in there. Yeah, so that tank's fed. So let's, I'm not too worried about that. We'll get that, you know, as long as they're good. That dog would not be quiet back there. I guess she doesn't like me in the house. Okay, so this is the Fahaka puffer here. The baby. So we're gonna give him some food. Two of these bad boys. No. Apparently you can eat the whole thing. So that's a baby Fahaka. And then inside here there's a parrotfish. So we're gonna give them some pellets. Put the pellets over here. Put the pellets in. Put these guys pellets in here. Eat that. Put a little bit in there. And then pretty much it. Now, one thing I did forget, I forgot to do the parrotfish with the little babies. So these guys here, little babies, they get a little bit of pellets. You can see that, but the babies in there. Now, this is really cool. These are the lumpfish. You see them at the top of the tank there. Pretty cool. They got some brine shrimp, so we're gonna feed them brine. So those are lumpfish. This tank takes a chiller, but really not sure what they can do. But we'll let them eat. We're really going after it now. They're fighting, but they're getting after it. You can see lumpfish, really cool fish, man. Yeah. So let them eat that. You can see that they like that. And then of course, one last tank we're going to do is the love parrot tank. You can see how beautiful they look. Let me put this camera down so we can show the tank here. And you can see. One tank. Or a blood parrot tank. We'll give you some nuclear. believe this guy here was the one I gave him. Not 100% sure, but I think that's the guy I gave him. So we'll give them some. That's just a little bit. And we'll give them some shrimp too. Like I said, whenever you're feeding fish that you're not, if somebody's on vacation, you want to make sure that you don't feed a lot. So I don't feed a lot. I just feed them, a little bit, and then make sure there's enough food that falls to the bottom. So make sure they eat all the food. And you're better off feeding live food or frozen food because it doesn't make much of a mess. That's the way I do it. So that's pretty much it. There is a mantis shrimp over here, but we're gonna wait to do that because well, I'm not gonna film that because maybe I will. Just real quick, guys, I want to come back over here and show you the big tanks. You can see all the food's gone. So we're in good shape. That's my main concern is making sure there's no food left over that gets caught in the filter or whatever. I'm very happy with that. The only thing I see is like 1 or 2 pieces of shrimp in there, but that's okay for me. Now I do, with these guys, I do want to give them a little bit of shrimp. So, a little brine shrimp in there. You can see that, they like that stuff. That tank was really good. I like to see and make sure that these guys get all the food. Now, what's good about having floating food is that you can keep an eye on the food and you can see if the food stays on top and it doesn't sink to the bottom. So you keep an eye on the food. You know the food's not on the bottom, it's on top. So that's one thing good about having floating food. I particularly like when I feed cichlids and I have these guys, I like to feed stuff that sinks. Or because I also had Pseudodontis and other catfish in the tank. So I gave these guys a good mixture of food. There's still some shrimp in the bottom, and the gars will probably get it. I think that should be good for today. I don't want to feed them too much. And there's a bunch of babies in there, so I may just give some more food in there. Put the brine shrimp back in and then blow them back in the fridge. I don't want it. They're getting defrosted. So put a couple more pellets in here. I'll put some more pellets in the big tank. These guys, I might just put a little more pellets in there because I'm gonna be feeding every 2 days. So, so these guys, give these guys a little more. So put the frozen food back in there. Obviously, I'm showing you guys the parrotfish tank. Beautiful tank. One last thing we got to do is feed the mantis shrimp, which is over here. I'm actually defrosting a piece of shrimp, and we're going to show you that real quick in a second. But this right here is a yellow lacquer. I've never seen that before. Beautiful fish. Yeah, pink gourami, pissy gourami. So really cool. Where's that leaf from? Maybe I got a little bit of a leak back here. I'll have to take a look to see what's going on. I think it's leaking. You see on this tank here, I don't know if it's because of the chiller, but there's a big puddle of water down there. It's leaking from under the tank. I can see it right here. But it don't look like it's losing any water, so I'm assuming it's either condensation or, yeah. We'll have to give him a call or text him to see why this is leaking like this. But yeah, never easy when you're taking care of someone's fish. Just not. But anyway, that's, yeah, beautiful tank. I gave these guys a little more pellets. So they're all gone already. So, you know, it's a good thing. There's no food that's getting not eaten. Fed the turtles, fed these guys. We're all pretty much done. So what I want to do is, I'm gonna feed. There's something down there. Looks like there's a fish down there. A couple fish in there. So I didn't even know there was fish in there. So we're gonna feed that tank too, apparently. Give them a little bit of pellets. See if they'll eat it. Yeah, they got it. Yeah, so they ate some pellets, so they're good. Take a look at the shrimp here. That's the mantis shrimp. Let's see, it's pretty much defrosted. So we're gonna see if we can get this guy fed. So we're gonna put the camera down. Put this guy. He'll eat the shrimp. There you go. Mr. Mantis shrimp eaten. You guys see that real up and close. Him eating the shrimp. That's really cool, isn't it? So, really cool the way he eats that thing. I could sit there and watch this all day, but we're about 22 minutes, so we got enough footage here. So that's pretty much it. Fed the fish. We got to find out why this tank is leaking. We'll have to give him a call and find out why. Like I said, the tank is not losing any water. It looks like it's pretty filled to the top still, so, but it is leaking. You can see, I don't know if that's condensation or what, but if it is, that's a hell of a lot of condensation. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. We'll figure that out, and then as you can see, getting back to this tank, as you can see, everybody looks good. Frontossa, the guard back there is eating another piece of shrimp. One thing about guards, you want to make sure that they definitely eat. So I know this one already had a piece of shrimp, and the other one down there had a piece of shrimp. If they don't eat, they get kind of aggressive. If you guys don't know that. So everyone ate, everybody else ate. There's no more pellets on top of it. They nailed those pellets. So there's still some shrimp down there, but I think for now we should be good. You don't want to overdo it either. You know, I'll be back here, you know, tomorrow or in 2 days, whatever. So you don't want to overdo it. So that's it, guys. That's Vance's fish room. I pretty much fed all the tanks, and now we gotta figure out what's going on with that tank. So until next time, remember, if you can't own them, rehome them. This is a perfect example right here. This is where rehoming is key and very important, because these guys were, I had to get rid of that tank, and I didn't want to get rid of the Frontossas. But I'm able to still watch them and keep an eye on them. They're here right now. They're right there. So, I've always liked the Leporinas, even way back when I was first got into the hobby. I liked the Leporinas. So that's the footage for today, guys. Can't own them, rehome them. Until next time. And remember, like, subscribe, and comment if you guys want to comment. I know a couple guys in there that like to comment, but hey, at least you're interacting with me. It's great. See you next time, guys.